Welcome to day 4 of our 2020 week of prayer. My name is James Ferber, and I am the youth and young adult pastor here at Wilmot Center Church. Today we're going to look at intercessory prayer. You know, when I think about intercessory prayer, the scene that comes to me is the one with Jesus in the garden before he's arrested. You know, in the midst of his greatest trial, Jesus prayed fervently. What did he pray for? What would you pray for if you were facing torture and death? It's fascinating to see what was on Jesus' mind as he prayed. He prayed not only for himself, but for his disciples. As you sent me into the world, I also have sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also may be sanctified by the truth. I do not pray for these alone, but also for those who will believe in me through their word, that they all may be one as you, Father, are in me and I in you, that they also may be the one in us, that the world may believe that you sent me. And that's John 17:18-21. Jesus Christ interceded on your behalf when facing his greatest trial. He's at our side and can sympathize with our weakness, and he makes it possible for us to receive the mercy and help we need. And he wants us to learn to be intercessors too. He commands us to pray for others. God gives us instructions to pray for others in many places in the Bible. Here are just a couple. The Apostle James tells us to pray for one another that you may be healed. Paul exhorts us that supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men, for kings and all who are in authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and reverence. So, we are even to pray for government leaders and others who may not know we exist and who haven't asked us to pray for them. Jesus Christ even commanded, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you. You know, there are some ways that you can practically intercede in prayer, and I'll name a couple. Pray for others regularly. In what is often called the Lord's Prayer, Jesus told us to pray, give us this day our daily bread. We should pray for our needs and the needs of others every day. Pray for others in detail. God knows everything, but he wants us to come to him with all our specific requests because he likes to hear from us and to know what is important to us. The Bible compares our prayers to incense, and God loves prayers. He calls them sweet incense. Leviticus 16:12. Thoughtful prayers are more pleasing to him. It's more pleasing to him when we can talk in detail about what our needs are. Pray for others with faith, knowing that God has all power and loves the people we are praying for. Pray for others with love. Godly love is totally unselfish and is the essence of God's character. And pray for others fervently. James 5:16 says, the effective, fervent prayer of a righteous man avails much. Pray for others with a desire to help where we can. This might include physical help and encouragement. Cards, calls, and visits might be helpful. Sometimes we need to be ready to be the answer to someone's prayer or to our own. Pray for others occasionally with fasting. You know, the disciples came to Jesus at one point and said, Lord, Lord, why can we not cast out this demon? And Jesus said this one comes out only through fasting and prayer. And so there's a very important place that fasting plays in praying for others. Hebrews 10:24-25 says, and let us consider one another in order to stir up love and good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as is the manner of some, but exhorting one another, and so much more the day as you see the day approaching. Take some time today to pray for love and good works to be stirred up in the lives of those around you. Spend some time exhorting others in prayer. You know, hopefully, as we've gone through this week, God has been putting someone on your heart. And I would encourage you to spend some time going through some of those different prayers as you seek to intercede on their behalf. My prayer is that you will start to see the answers to these prayers. God bless you. Have a great week.